I'm really happy that they did focus a lot on gameplay because my
Yes.
predictions were, hey, I've been hearing they show a lot of gameplay, but I still didn't actually fully believe that.
No,
I
me
was
neither.
just predicting that, but to know that actually went this way of like, I want to say there was only 2 games that didn't have gameplay out of everything they've shown, so they did a really good job. I mean, any E3, it's hardly ever nothing but gameplay. I think Sony did that one year, and it was pretty wild because I remember it being so special because every game was gameplay.
Yes,
And
yes.
normally that's not the case. So to see Xbox doing it this year, that's really cool. Because
I was very
that's what I want. I want gameplay.
that's
I
the
don't,
number one complaint I hear from
yeah,
people, reasonable people. You know, you're gonna have your people who always Xbox Showcase every year, they hate it. But people who are actually reasonable, and that's the number one thing I hear. I want to see more gameplay. I want to see more
yeah,
gameplay, you
yeah.
know? So I'm glad they started with it, they ended with it, they threw it in the middle. I mean, their gameplay was everywhere in this show, so that's great.
Okay.
Even if it's a game I'm not into, I can still appreciate you're showing gameplay for the people who are into it,
At
you know?
least I
So,
know what the game is all the way
right.
through
That
instead of
too.
just guessing because I'm seeing CG and what I mean, I can't really pull everything out from that. Like this
Yeah.
first game here, Redfall,
Yep.
I mean, we saw nothing but CG last time. Okay,
Yes.
we understand the premise, I guess, but we don't actually know how. Like, I was very surprised because now that we saw gameplay, I'm like, whoa! I wasn't expecting it to be a tone
Sure.
like this. I wasn't expecting it to. I didn't know what I was expecting because I got CG. You know what I mean? So
Yeah. Yeah.
it really helps. Anyway, but Redfall here, gameplay trailer featuring Layla and her telekinetic abilities and spectral elevators, whatever that is. Got a comprehensive look at the island where the game will take place. And the trailer also outlined the abilities of the rest of the characters in Redfall. So Jacob has a Deadeye like ability for Red Dead Redemption 2. Plus, he has an ability cloak and has a spectral crow that can fly to enemies. And
That's so
then
cool.
the next character, Remy De La Rosa, is an engineer with a robot companion equipped with a vampire killing machine gun. That's cool.
I
Anyway,
love seeing that. Yeah.
I always go towards the people who could like lay a chart down.
Yeah.
The engineers and stuff, they're always one of my favorite classes. Divinder offers extensive knowledge of vampires and brings MacGyver like equipment to ensnare enemies. You know,
MacGyver.
when the gameplay was starting, I didn't know it was Redfall. You were like, dude, it's Redfall. I'm like, I don't think so, dude. This looks very eerie, almost like a horror game or something at first.
Well, remember when you first saw it, you were like, "Oh, I don't know what this is," but for some
Yeah.
reason, I knew right away. I was like, "This has got to be Redfall." I don't know what it was, but
I
I think
mean,
that
hey,
style looks so cool.
but see, I was expecting some like, I don't know, we get goofy. Oh, we're like Fortnite for the millionth time.
Right,
So when
right.
I see something very eerie and mood
Yep.
setting and all that, I was quite surprised. When we're recording on the live show, I was saying Left 4 Dead. I was getting very
Yeah.
strong Left 4 Dead vibes,
Yeah.
much more than that Blood Back for Blood game. I mean, I was excited for that game just because I wanted it to be, hey, here's the next Left 4 Dead type game, but it
Right.
it ended up disappointing in the end. And I
Sure.
think this could be that game that we did want.
I think you're right. I think, like, think about the conversation we had about Back for Blood. Like, oh, it looks kind of cool. I might check it
Yeah.
out. Whatever.
Yeah.
But this game sounds like we're both very interested. Like, I think we're gonna play this one for sure.
I think this
So,
will actually be the one we wanted all along.
yeah,
And it's been so long. I mean, those were what 360 days, It's been a
I'm excited.
while.
I think that'll be a
So,
lot of fun. And not to mention, very big for me personally. I know for you is the crossplay. I mean, that's huge. That's so awesome that
yes.
we'll be able to play
Yes.
with people
Yes.
we've had on the show who don't have a PC or I don't have an Xbox and vice versa. You know, that's gonna be so
And
cool.
it's
So
the cheapest console on the market. Right? It's the exact same price as a Switch, $300,
that's
and you can
awesome.
get a Series S and play any of these games. And now, of course, you would want like a 4K nice and spend the 500. But I'm just saying, like, that really gets your foot in the door, and you can play stuff like Redfall where you don't have to go and spend 800 to $1,000 on a PC rig. Well,
Yep.
nowadays that'd be like 1,500 because
Oh my
parts are
god, yeah.
stupid.
Yep.
But regardless, 300 entry point is still really awesome to keep in mind during this showcase.
That's amazing. I mean, most normal people could either buy that or work towards that, in some amount of time. Someone with a job, obviously. Okay, I want to get this $300 console. That's not that crazy. So,
It's 1080. Just imagine it as a 1080 system. A lot of games are 1440, but we don't even have to go there. Let's just say, hey, you got it 1080. You're good with that. You don't need the most high end advanced thing. You'll be good to go. Anyway,
yeah.